Well, we're just here as the crowds continue to pass towards Downing Street, and we've just seen a placard that says resistance by any means necessary, and other similar gestures and statements being made as these groups pass through Parliament Square on the way towards Whitehall, where there will be speeches outside Downing Street. The sign there, resistance by any means necessary, and a hashtag boycott apartheid. Photos there, I think, of Malcolm X with a AK-47, an automatic rifle, shown alongside him. We've also seen some very violent gestures from both sides here on this protest, some extremely strong language and accusations being made by both sides as they march towards Downing Street, where those speeches will be taking place. Also, in the last 5 minutes, we did see someone get arrested on Parliament Square. One of the pro-Israeli demonstrators was cuffed and led away from the square towards the vans here. When we spoke to those around him, they said he'd been arrested for threatening violence and the gestures he was making. Those around him contested that he should be arrested. As this protest continues now, we're seeing many signs saying we demand justice. I mean, we've also seen a significantly large placard of Khomeini, the supreme leader of Iran from 1979, when the Islamic Revolution took place in Iran. That led to the formation of the Quds Day marches, which we're seeing today. They started in '79 after the Iranian Revolution took place. The Community Security Trust, a charity that deals in anti-Semitism, says that these marches are born out of Iran, and the Jewish Board of Deputies has said that they are Iran-backed hate marches. Now, the Islamic Human Rights Commission, the key group that is organizing this march, says that it's a collection of Jews, Christians and Muslims marching against Zionism and in favor of Palestine.
Charlie, for those who don't know that area, the entrance to Downing Street is very near the Cenotaph. Of course, the Cenotaph is the most sacred war memorial in the land. Are the police forming a cordon around that? Because, of course, we've seen these monuments specifically targeted in the past, which has caused certain chagrin to the British public.
I've just moved around to take a look for you, Martin. It does appear there is significant barriers put up in place around the Cenotaph. I'm also stood now by the Churchill statue, which does have barriers put around it as well. There's a police car right in the middle of Whitehall with lights blazing, and three vans of the Tactical Support Group, which is the Met Police's counter-protest organisation, the Special Task Force here. So it is a significant presence of police officers, over 500 deployed by the Met. They announced that just a few hours before this march took place, with the Home Office urging the Met to take no tolerance towards any unlawful activity. Chanting here, saying terrorist supporters off our streets. One man wearing a hoodie that says, "Please do not arrest me," potentially in reference to some of the pro-Israel demonstrators we've seen arrested and taken away from pro-Palestinian protesters, then to be de-arrested by the Met. We have seen a man who held up a sign at some of these protests in the last couple of Saturdays which said Hamas are terrorists. He was arrested reportedly due to public order concerns. In effect, his sign could have riled up more people in the crowd. Lots of children here as well at this protest, families, people of all ages, over 1,000 here. And we can see in the distance a big panel here. Al-Quds Day is a universal day to support the oppressed against the oppressor. That's a quote from Khomeini, the supreme leader of Iran. Back to you, Martin.
Thank you, Charlie Peters.